Welcome back, man. Do me a favor and start things off by hitting that like button. We're gonna get right into it, man, and talk about Google. Google looked like it was about to break 200 and go to the moon just last week, man, when they made that big announcement talking about quantum computing and they're working on their own chips. They may not go through Nvidia, they're working on their own chip. I believe it's named Willow or called Willow, stuff like that, man. But we already know, man, this here is a solid company, man. Like you can't go wrong with Google. You know, think about Google. Everybody always say Google that, Google this with the search engine, the money they make on AdSense, the money they make for advertising, the websites, stuff like that. Then we can't forget they own YouTube, man. Look at all the money that YouTube generate from ads, ad revenue, and then the content creators and everything else, man, and the streaming of the music. Man, it just the list goes on, man, when it comes to YouTube and the money that brings in. Then Google's tied in with Waymo with the self-driving taxis they got in, I think, San Francisco, and think they about to go to Texas and Atlanta. They're going to a few major cities, but they already in San Francisco and a few other spots. I can't recall, but anywho, man. So right now, Google is currently sitting at $192.04. It closed down 0.98 on the day on Friday session, January 10th, just yesterday. Um, I think it really got to hold this level, man. If we're gonna be honest, Google fall below 191. I'm gonna really say maybe 190.50. If it falls below 190.50, it's going to retest that 189 where it was just previously at before the quantum computing news came out. Uh, if not the psychological level at that 185, which I got it on the chart right here in this gray line right here is kind of like that psychological level, but we can't forget Google gapped up. I can't recall what this was that had them gap up. It was this around when Department of Justice was just beating Google. Like you would have sworn Google like took somebody in the Department of Justice, wife or husband, or kidnapped the kids the way they was coming down on Google, man. That was crazy, man. So you see this gap up here. This gap has not filled, but it could fill, bringing us back down to that 175 level. Because technically, I really want Google about 171, 172. That was where it went after earnings, and it shot up. But anyway, man, so just to name out the levels on Google for you guys, man, got to get over 196.40. I mean, I mentioned a lot of this in the Discord. I don't know if you guys know about the 7 day free trial on the Patreon. You get to the Discord, man, with all the stock alerts, the watch list, my latest moves, stuff like that. See, here's the watch list here. Let's see what I put on here for Google just a couple days ago. Right here, I said Google long only if we could break 196.25, really 197. But with Jensen shooting down quantum computing hype, we could see 187 if we break 190.150. So it's supposed to be 190.50, but yeah, like I mentioned that to you guys about the 187 level. So it's simple on Google, man. We got to get over 196, 197 and stay over 196, 197, man. I don't know if we got any latest news, anything on Google, but we could check their financials real quick before we get out of here, see what they looking like on their balance sheets and their income statements. So, oh, that's insane. That is insane. Year over year, look at Google's growth. 182 trillion, 257, 282, 307. I say trillion, I meant billion. For a total revenue, it just kept going up, man. Gross profit year over year, 97 billion, 146, 156, 174 year over year. Steady climbing, steady growing. Net income from common stock 40, 76, 59, 73 bill. Like, I mean, it just goes on. Cash flow, once upon a time, they did have like one of the biggest cash flows. I think, of course, it was Warren Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway, and they were right behind at the time. This was a little bit back before they started putting all this money into artificial intelligence. Um, I think they had about $106 free cash flow on hand. Operating cash flow right here, 105. That's crazy. $105 billion for operating cash. CapEx is right here. Year over year, they've been spending more and more on CapEx, which is what I just mentioned about, as they're investing into artificial intelligence and things of that nature, man. Balance sheet. The assets been staying pretty good. The liabilities been staying pretty low. Like you can't go wrong, man, when it comes to Google, man. Like they got earnings coming up probably, yep, in 24 days. So I'll keep an eye on Google up until earnings. Me personally, not financial advice. I'm not buying any Google. They're expected to be on earnings, of course, as always, but I'm not buying any Google um, until definitely maybe after earnings. I'm not buying mostly any. I'm gonna try to wait and see about the dip. If I miss the dip and I got to get some of these stocks a couple points higher, I'm not too concerned with that, man. So as we see here, PE ratio is phenomenal as always on Google. That's why you can't go wrong investing in Google, man. Between everything that they own and have revenue in, now they talking about quantum computing and stuff like that. I mean, they just taking over, man. Getting no better than that. And this here, oh, good old Finnabiz, you can't live without the ads. As we see here, yeah, that's 181 right there. And then my level that I want at 175, which is under the gap. So between 181 and 175, which is what we've seen on the chart on TradingView anyway. Forward PE 21. Oh my gosh, this company is just like definitely a stock to buy in 2025. Not financial advice, just an opinion of mine. That's all. So, AI Power PC agents. I really don't see much. I ain't really hear much in regards to Google. I mean, it's always something with them, but ain't nothing in the headlines as of late. You know, just about how it outperformed the competitors in the market because it did pretty good. They say the market got beat up real bad. That's why I don't know, man. I don't see this really going below 180. But if you catch Google at 165, load the boat. If you catch Google at 165, load the boat. Not financial advice. It's just a very, very, very convicted opinion. But anything under 190, man, you can't go wrong, man. Me personally, I'm on 175, 181, you know, where me personally, I get any shares on Google, man. But appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video. Again, don't forget, we got the Discord 7-day free trial for the Discord. If you want to support us and help us keep the lights on, man, $2 a month, man. You know what I'm saying? You get the daily jewels and you get the watch list. So you still get information like this. Even if you pay $2 a month, you would know good entry points on stocks, man, or good stocks that's good to, look at or whatnot, man. But once again, appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel, man. Stay tuned for the next video. We out.